Praise to the Shakyamuni Buddha, to the founder, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the one gone beyond. Completely perfect. Conquer the secure plan. Promise to the promise to the ever develop to all worthy of respect, bowing allegiance many as all realms, atoms in all aspects. With supreme faith, I pay homage. Commit any non-actions. A drop of flash of light, conditioned things as such. It's very yeah. So I will do the refuge. Refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and Supreme Assembly. Simply Dharma.
Janche Bade Dani Jesunje Dagi Jinin Jeve Sonangi Jola Penje Sanjen Droba Jedo Zoje Chonala Janche Bade Dani Jesun Dagi Juche Jeve Sonangi Jola Penje Sanjen Droba Tangi dozeni zonen dawa danje bangmeje tambi chuni dunze bakon damde la chatsa lo. Toni nije zon dunje belam chenche sangze kanje tenro ko chana peme tenze jatso la soan desi shindo lendro sho. Dambo la yege danto danen juge dribo dadami hege nan dan dawa kunje dana jeta. Tanje gendo dagi jundo do. Now we are going to do the breath meditation for a few minutes. Count your breath, watch your breath, be aware of your breath. I think you look here, okay? Maybe this is better. Maybe do like this. You know, breath in. 7 times breath in, okay? and breathe out from Adandava. Very relaxed, 7 times. Very relaxed. Count your breath. Watch your breath. Be aware of your breath. Breath in from another one. Count your breath. Watch your breath. Mindful on your breath. Be aware of your breath. Notice 7 times. Look at breath. Count your breath. There are many benefits to this meditation, both physical, mental, and emotion. And through this meditation, we increase our positive energy and mindfulness, awareness. Now we're going to do a short meditation on mind. Please watch your mind. Where is your mind? What is the nature? What is the nature of your mind? What is the reality nature of your mind? Or the ultimate nature of your mind? Where is your mind? What is the nature of your mind? What is the reality nature of your mind? This meditation is also very important. This is how we should understand Buddha nature. How we should realize Buddha nature. Every sentient beings have a Buddha nature, but don't realize, can't use Buddha nature. So we should understand Buddha nature, should realize Buddha nature. What is Buddha nature? Buddha nature means reality nature of mind. Every sentient beings, have this powerful Buddha nature. Every sentient beings can achieve the Buddhahood because have Buddha nature. We have such this important and most powerful Buddha nature. But unfortunately, now we don't understand what is Buddha nature. We can't realize. So we should realize, especially through the maintaining and meditation on the mind. Our mind is not color, not form, not something like shape. Our mind is separate in our body everywhere. So now we should think everyone wants happiness just like me. We should think everyone wants happiness just like me. We should think everyone wants a good life just like me. We should think everyone wants a peaceful life just like me. We should think everyone wants to have a good reputation just like me. We should think everyone wants a meaningful life just like me. We should think everyone don't want suffering just like me. We should think everyone doesn't want to be a failure in their life just like me. This meditation is also very important for develop compassion, develop love. We need love in our life. We need compassion in our life. If you have love, if you have a compassion, you can be really a good person. Really, you are, attractive person for everyone. If you are compassionate, everyone love you, everyone care for you, everyone trust you, believe you, care for you. So we need compassion in our life. Compassion is, main cause of happiness. Whatever. So we need very good motivation. You try to generate good motivation, compassion, and bodhicitta. May I achieve Buddhahood for all of the Mother Sentient beings as soon as possible. Thank you. So, It's a mission that before our Buddha said, we are the best teacher on ourselves. So we should practice, learn meditation, and we try to lead ourselves on the right path, right way. It's very important. And if you really want to be a good Buddhist, you should learn. You should practice. And if you really want to practice, of Buddhism, you have to have this refuge. If we don't rely on three jewels, Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, you practice. You are a practitioner, but you are not Buddhist. India master said that. You are a good practitioner, but if you don't rely on Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, you are not Buddhist. You are not Buddhist. So we need, refuge, practice every day, morning, daytime, evening. If we can, we should practice 3 times every day. And if we don't have a motivation of compassion and bodhicitta, whatever we practice, but this is not, practice of Mahayana. Mahayana practice, we should practice on compassion and bodhicitta. It is very important. So whenever we do Santi prayer and do puja, before we recite, recite such Santi like Asanji Chota Sochi Chonala, Janchi Bati Dani Jesti, Dagi Jisunji Vitona, Indola Penche Sanji Drobasho. This prayer is very important, very, very important. And we should follow this prayer. Then we practice. Then we can be very good Buddhist practitioner, and our practice can goes toward to pure Dharma. Another way, always we should look our mind. It's very important. We should look our mind, and we should care of our mind. That is most important. We try to find our faults. We try to find our faults and mistakes. What we have bad. We should understand our faults. Without recognize our faults, we can't control ourselves. We can't develop ourselves. Don't find others' faults. We should find out our faults. We should judge ourselves. Then we can change ourselves for better. Actually, many people recent mantra and learn and practice. but very difficult to recognize our faults. And never change ourselves. Why we practice? Why we learn Buddhism? Why we do meditation? Why? Because we should change ourselves. We should develop ourselves. We should develop compassion and love. So we should learn more, practice more, meditation more. And if we really want to be good, Buddhist and Buddhist practitioner, we should believe Buddha's teaching, Buddha's teaches. Faith is very important. Without belief, without faith, we can't develop ourselves. We can't develop compassion and bodhicitta. We should believe. We should believe. Very, very important. Buddha was said, Buddha said, so for example, this mantra is a very benefit. If you recite this mantra, this is very powerful, very benefit. And we can, purification and accumulate merits. We should believe what he said. Then we try to follow him. We need offering. We need recent mantra. We need prostration. We need purification. Very important. Without the purification and without, accumulate merits, very difficult to get realization. For example, realization of emptiness and impermanence. It is impossible. We should, practice many different ways, many different kind of practices, recent mantra and meditation and offering and prostration. And so very important, very, very important. As I told you before, we offer it to Buddha Dhamma Sangha and our merits of a field. They never drink, they never eat, they don't want. Why we offer it? Because we need merits. We need purification. We need to purify our bad karmas. So we need, offering flowers, foods, waters, whatever. So many people, like Buddhist teaching and want to practice, but don't believe, many things still, I think this is not good. Actually, if you really want to, be a Buddhist, then you should believe. If you don't want to be Buddhist, it's okay, doesn't matter. You can practice, you can learn, you can study Buddhist philosophy, Buddhist view, Buddhism science. Buddhist science, Buddhist view, Buddhism philosophy. Everyone can learn, everyone can practice, everyone can use. Whether you are Buddhist, not, doesn't matter. But if you really want to, be Buddhist and a Buddhist practitioner, we should believe Buddha Dhamma Sangha and past life, next life. If you, for example, actually we have many obstacles, inner obstacles, outer obstacles. So many. But if you believe, we can prevent many obstacles, through our practice, recent mantras. Many higher lamas, when we see and when we have difficult, when we have problems, if we ask to some lama, great lama, Lama Swarimche, and someone, for example, everyone they recommend us, to something do practice and recent mantras. Why? Because we have a lot, problems in our mind, what's inner problems, inner, obstacles. We should remove them. And we need, for example, we need good life, happy life, So, and through the meditation and practice, we can prevent our inner problems, inner obstacles. So we need practice. So we need prayer. So we need to do something. Meditation and recent mantras very important. Very, very important. For example, if we engage in practice, it helps to prevent our sickness. And our practice, can make our meaningful life. And our life becomes long, becomes stable, and becomes very, powerful. And also have to become better, better life. So everything depends on practice. If you really want to something special mental power, you should practice yourself. First you learn and study, then put in practice, then put in experience. Then you can get power. Then you can get power. If you want power, we need practice. Otherwise, if we invited someone who have power, he teach you, he can teach you, she can teach you for many days. But we can't get power from him or her, from his hand. He can't give us, his power directly transformed to us. It's impossible. So we need a good teacher. Then we follow teacher. Then we practice. Then we can, we maybe hopefully, we will get power, inner power, realization. And already, our Buddha said himself, it's very clear. Our bad karmas can't cut by the Buddha's hand. And our bad karmas and bad thoughts, bad emotions, inner disease, we can't wash by our water. If we put some water in our head, we can't wash. So now what we need to do? Our mind is diluted by the many dirty things, gravitated by the, something, repeated, so attachment, anger, ignorance, so many things. So now how we take out these delusions, these bad karmas? Only we have one chance. We should practice. Then we can take out these negative thoughts, negative karmas, everything. So now, one's very important because, we are Buddhists, so we believe, it's karma. We can change karma. We can create the new karma. We create the good karma. So everything in our hand. Everything in our hand. So not from in God's hand. Everything we can change. We can change our life. We can change our mind. We can change our karma. But how to change? We should learn about that. So today also, I'm going to talk about what is all this Dharma and what is pure Dharma, what is real Dharma. So what is meant by what is all the Dharma, as I mentioned that before, all the Dharma is say something very good, compassion and love, but doing something different. For example, this is all all the Dharma. So as I told you, we practice, we should practice for next life. At least we should practice for to break free from the 3 lower realms. Then our practice is, taught to pure Dharma, can become pure Dharma and real Dharma. Otherwise, whatever you do practice, you can do. But, for example, practice for this life, practice for this business, practice or do something for your health, and practice for your oneself. Everything is, about the Dharma. You learn more, study more, compare what is meditating more. But it is still, this all the Dharma. If you help to others for this life, for your life, for success of business, actually this is good action, good activity, the benefit for others. but it is still not pure Dharma, not real Dharma. So we need more good motivation. This is very important. Everything depends on motivation. Buddha said himself, what is Buddhist Dharma is, depends on motivation. Everything depends on motivation. So, motivation, can, show direction. So we need really, good motivation. At the beginning, we need pure motivation and pure motivation? But what means pure motivation? Motivation is, unmixed with, delusions and unmixed with worldly Dharma. This is a good motivation. What is mean? What is meant to, good motivation? Good motivation means, not mixed with, unmixed with, delusions and unmixed with worldly Dharma. This motivation should be, cause of achieve Buddhahood. And motivation should be separated from attachment, anger, and so on. If our motivation follow all the Dharma, then everything, cause of samsara, cause of suffering, cause of samsara. We should, our motivation is separated from attachment, anger, and delusions and selfish, self-cherish. It's very important. Buddha said that. Also, Shankideva, also, all India masters said that. Cherish what is self-cherishing and selfish, main cause of suffering, main cause of problems. It is very clear, very clear. We should, if we do some exam in our daily life, we can recognize, can become clear. It's very clear. What we have problem? Everything from self-cherishing and ego and, selfish. This is very clear, very clear. If you really, try to understand something deeply, then for example, when we have headache, where is it from headache? You should, you try to find, cause of headache. Also, from, bad karma and selfish and self-cherish. So we need, good motivation. If we have a good motivation, then your practice, your meditation, your prayers can be pure Dharma and real Dharma. It goes to the cause of Buddhahood or liberation. Otherwise, if we are doing something like worldly Dharma, but still it is cause of samsara, cause of suffering, cause of problem. We can't on this way through this worldly Dharma. We can't prevent our problems. We can't change our mind. We can't change We can't control our mind. So, it is not benefit for our next life. And it's okay. It will be okay.
Bobby, would you silence yourself, please? Thank you.
According to the Buddha's viewpoint, is this practice pure Dharma or not? It is pure Dharma or not? Only depends on our motivation. And whatever you practice, for example, recent mantra, and if we have mantra, if we have motivation to be free from three lower realms, this practice is pure Dharma. The demarcation of between pure Dharma and worldly Dharma is motivation and intention. Sorry. The demarcation of between pure Dharma and worldly Dharma is motivation and intention towards the next life or for others. It's a pure Dharma. If you have a motivation of or intention only towards to this life or for ourselves, it is worldly Dharma. So whatever we should understand, we need to put in our brain, okay? If we practice for this life, if we practice for our name, if we practice for our business, everything is, worldly Dharma. If we practice for next life, if we practice for others, if we practice for the achieve Buddhahood, if we practice for the liberation, this is good. This practice is pure Dharma and real Dharma. As I mentioned that before, so very important. What is Dharma? Always we remind ourselves. We should remind. We should remember. What is what is Dharma? Dharma means change our mind. Dharma means in Tibet, Che. Che is change mind. So we should change mind. So therefore, whatever we want to practice, we can do, but most important, our motivation. As I told before, we should be separate from Eightfold Dharma. Because, the Eightfold Dharma is, a cause of samsara. It's very clear. We should try to control the Eightfold Dharma. Otherwise, if we let the Eightfold Dharma control us, then they, destroy our pure Dharma, and cease to be real Dharma. The Eightfold Dharma is the biggest obstacle of practice, biggest obstacle of our practice. These inner obstacles. All Dharma is our inner obstacles. So we try to give up the Eightfold Dharma, but not easy. Really not easy. but we should try. We must try to do, our practices, pure Dharma, a real Dharma. This is very important, very, very important. Then we can get, achieve, above that level, slowly, slowly. Otherwise, learn many years, study many years, practice many years, but still same. We can't change ourselves. So, everything depends on ourselves and everything depends on mind. Buddha said, if we look, look always we try to find out, other people's faults. Then you see, other people's mistake and what is faults. You can't be a happy person. You can't be a happy life. Always look at other people's mistake. Always, judge others. Always, try to find out some faults from others. Then always you are unhappy because always you find some, problems and faults from others. If always try to, find out some good qualities, others, and from others, you can be happy, you can be peaceful person, and you can make a happy family, happy person. Then, after some time, always you see some good qualities from other people, others. Because everything depends on your mind, maintain it. Always, try to rejoice our life, appreciate our life. It's also very important. And and change ourselves. And so whatever the Eightfold and Dharma are defined is if we help others in order to receive something ourselves, that is all the Dharma. If we practice to become rich in this life for oneself, then that is also all the Dharma. If we give something to someone, but our expression or our intention is to return back to a better or a bigger than bigger things, then that is all the Dharma. If we study very hard, practice and meditate, but your motivation is to get power for this life and get possession for this life and get a good name, be famous, and get a higher position. That is all the Dharma. However, all these kind of activities will goes to cause of samsara. Atmosphere looks like Dharma practice, but not real Dharma, not pure Dharma. Whatever, if we do something pure Dharma, this really affect our mind. If you, the 1 hour you practice, very strongly and pure Dharma, you can change yourself. You can experience something new. You can get something special feeling, special feel. Feel something. Really, it depends on your practice. Is it the whole Dharma or say not? If you do practice, real Dharma, it's if you practice for 1 hour, it's very benefit. It is effect. Through this kind of practice, you can change yourself, develop compassion. Easy. India masters and Tibet masters said that Buddhahood are not so difficult, and achieve liberation not difficult. That means if we really practice hard and strongly, and practice pure Dharma, then we can achieve Buddhahood or liberation easily. Not so difficult. Said that. I think it's true, If we really practice, the hard and this pure Dharma, we can get, something blessing and something positive energy and something new feeling, new something, feel. If you do something, practice, with attachment, what mix with attachment, for this life, then our practice, becoming meaningless and powerless, not affect our mind. So, like me, ordinary person, for ordinary person like me, not easy. But we should try to our best. So, if we do something aspect of Dharma, but if our intention is wrong, our motivation wrong, then that is not real Dharma. If if we offer a lot of good things, but intention is just for people, or to see and look good, or for people to praise us, then that is not pure Dharma. If you practice, if you offer a lot of things, but your motivation, your attention is, I do this. Maybe many people, happy with me and praise me. I get name. This is not Dharma, not real Dharma. So, for example, if you think to, as I mentioned that before, example, if you think, to not attend this Dharma class, you will be embraced, and maybe you will, think you will need to go Dharma class because you could, learn something new. But this is still not Dharma. Your attention is wrong, intention is wrong, motivation wrong. You care of others, what they say. So you follow your name and reputation, and Other example, if if you follow the Tibetan Buddhist tradition, if you love Buddhism, Tibet Buddhist tradition, if you support Tibet Buddhist, Tibetan, Dharma. But without good motivation, there is not pure Dharma. Actually, this is good, important, but not Dharma. So we should, what is pure Dharma, what is not pure Dharma. This is very important. We should understand what is different between pure Dharma and, our the Dharma. It's very important. Whatever, as I told you before, if you really practice, pure Dharma, you can see something new. You can get something new, something like new life. Really. If you really, study with a good motivation, learn with a good motivation at Buddhist philosophy, Buddhist mind, Buddhist science, whatever, you can see new world. You can find new life. You can get a new feel. It is very clear. So very, very important. As actually, I mentioned that before. So now there are, some questions. What is means, what real Dharma, and what is the meaning of pure Dharma? We will try to find our answer from our mind. It's very important. Actually, I try to give answer to this question, but we should try to find this question ourselves from our mind, within mind. This is very important. According to the Lamritichi, there are, three scopes, three persons. There are three different practitioners, isn't it? Great practitioner and middle practitioner and lower practitioners. We should follow, one of them. Then our practice, can be pure Dharma. We should follow, one of them. If you can follow, the great practitioner, your practice is, become, Mahayana practice. Bodhisattva's practice is, is Bodhisattva's practice. If you follow middle scope, middle practitioner, of course, your practice is become, so pure Dharma, but it's not, Mahayana practice. This is not as Bodhisattva's practice. This practice is, Hinayana practice, according to Hinayana, So, if your practice to be I make clear here, if your practice to be free from the three evil, the evil, realms and lower realms, that is really, really Dharma of lowest, scope and lowest, practitioner. This is real Dharma of lost, Buddhist practitioners. If you practice to be free from, all of samsara, free from the suffering of all samsara, then that is, the real dharma of middle scholar and the dharma of, middle practitioner. So it's very important. If you practice to achieve, Buddhahood for all of the mother sentient beings, then that is, the real dharma of a greater scope, the dharma practice of, great practitioner, and this is a Mahayana practitioner. That is the Mahayana, Dharma. That is the Dharma of Mahayana. That is the Bodhisattva's practice, the most important practice, and most powerful. Therefore, we should, our purpose to be to practice one of them. We should be a practitioner of one of them, one of this practice. Then our practices, could be perfect Dharma or superior Dharma. Whatever we want to, practice, we can do. But most important is we should be our motivation separated from eightfold Dharma. Because as I told you before, the eightfold Dharma is really, maybe main cause of samsara. Nagarjuna said that this is the main cause of suffering. But whatever it is a main cause or not, it is a cause of suffering, cause of samsara. It is very clear. Why, we should, understand between what is what Dharma and what is pure Dharma. Because in this life, very clear. So many people, do something, all the Dharma and cheat each other. Cheat and find try to find money from other people and cheat others, So, we should understand, between what is all the Dharma and pure Dharma is very important, very, very important. And we always, we should care of our mind. If you care, when you care of your mind, it's start, good life, happy life, better life. Really, really. So, we try to, make a beautiful mind, a good heart. It is, cause of happiness, main cause of happiness. If you have a good heart, a good mind, beautiful mind, you can be happy forever, forever. Not only this life, you can be happy person, get a higher rebirth in next life. So it's very important. When you practice, always our Tibetan master said that When you practice, you must look at your mind, point to yourself. Then you can be practice well, and your practice can become pure Dhamma. When you practice, but you always look at outside and point at other people, you can't practice, practice well, and your practice, goes to toward, cause of suffering. So I hopefully you understand about what is, all the Dhamma and what is pure Dhamma. How many there are all the Dhamma? What is, definition of all the Dhamma? I hope. Because, now it's my, second time, yeah? I talked already 2 times here. Actually, this is Dhamma class, it is a class. It is not, I can't give you some power, I can't give you some blessing. But I can explain and try to make clear something. If you understand, if you put in a mind, then, this class can be meaningful. Really, Otherwise, just you listen and put, here, listen here and out here, what is put out. And, when you morning come to class, when you end of your class, say, it is meaningless. Really, really. You try to, understand something from this class, then it can be meaningful. Actually, my English is very bad. I know, it's just very, very broken English, But maybe this is best for you, be patient. Really. But I try to do, my best. Yeah. Yeah, I hope this is very good for you, practice patience. So now you have any question about what is all the Dhamma and what is pure Dhamma?
Anyone online?
If you have any questions, raise your hand or you can type them in chat. No questions online at this time, Shankar.
Anyone here?
Anyway, what is all the Dhamma? I ask you, Shanga, Mr. Shangaji.
Geshe-ji, well, anything that is motivated by the 8 worldly concerns would be worldly dharma, right?
Example?
If you're thinking about, for your own gain or for your own reputation or for
your happiness,
for one's own happiness or avoiding
for your
pain.
suffering. Yeah. How many all the Dhamma?
8 worldly dharmas, those ones?
Here.
to want gain and not want loss, to want happiness, so not yeah to want want happiness and not want suffering, so that pain and like that, to want one's to have a good reputation and not a whatever the opposite is, a bad reputation, I guess.
Okay.
And then finally, praise and blame. That's correct. To want praise and not blame.
Okay. So now you have any question?
You have to also, you've examined me twice, Geshe now. You have to ask other people.
Sorry, I will ask to other people, yeah.
We do have one question online. Amanda, could you unmute yourself, please?
Geshe Dhondup,
What?
I found that looking at my practice, sometimes I would try for a complicated practice and I realized it was a worldly practice because I was doing it to feel proud of myself and not really to benefit others. And so I had to make my practice much more simple, very simple, like a child, even though I felt a bit embarrassed that my practice was so simple. But when it was simple, I felt that I could be more loving or something. I can't explain it. It seemed more pure when I made it very, very simple. So I don't know if that makes any sense, but I wondered if you would like to comment.
What is main question? Yeah. What is the main question?
She was saying at first was a worldly dharma, but she did it to try to feel good about herself.
Yes.
Then she realized she had to become very simple, like a child. And when she was practicing like that, it felt more pure. There's not, she wants to know your.
This is good. Yeah, this is good. Actually, there are many different types of practice. Some practice of very deep and very looks like complicated, and we need to study more, learn more about that. For example, Tantra practice very hard, very difficult. So we should learn more. And some, of course, there practice is very easy. As I told you, what is recent mantra, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, and visualize Avalokiteshvara. And this kind of the practice is very simple and very easy for all of us. And yeah, also sometimes we should just look our mind when we practice. It's very important. You recognize what is your mind. What do you think? What do you have motivation? Before you analyze about your mind, then your practice maybe can be pure Dharma. Yeah. So, any another question?
Yeah, my question is, well, it's sort of, I guess, an observation. I just realized that you define Dharma as changing mind. And I've always equated, or probably naively, Dharma as teachings and ways to change your mind. But I think it's probably changing your mind, but then all the mechanisms and ways that you can do that. Is that right?
Actually, this Dharma means, church means change mind. That means, what do you understand about Buddhism? You can put your practice in practice. Then you can change your mind for better. For example, before you practice, you are very short temper, for example, okay? Then after, you practice, you can, more peaceful and more gentle and more, patient, patient, yeah. So this is a change for better. Develop ourselves. Change mind attitude. Through the meditation, training, maintaining, and study and practice. Actually, we need do something like that, Everyone can see, oh, now she's much become better person because, she practice, because she, going to center, to the class. Then this is good. Others, many years attend class practice, never change for better. Still, exactly same. This is not good. This is not good. Especially not good for other people, Then other people don't want to come, Dhamma class and, practice. Practice is meaningless because, look there. Okay, anyway, another question?
We have another question online, Geshe. Karen, you want to unmute yourself?
Yeah, here I am. So the center is kind of like a roadmap. You have to get in the car and drive. Otherwise, the map doesn't. Can you hear me, Geshe? You can hear me. Okay.
Yeah.
So the center is a bit like a roadmap, but you still have to get in the car and drive. So when you're talking about one's daily practice, between falling into the 8 worldly dharmas or trying to live the pure dharma life, it of course it's motivation, but it's also about focus and attention and concentration. And I was wondering if you had, other than meditation, if you had suggestions to help keep that consistent. I mean, the only thing I can think of is like putting a rubber band around your wrist and pulling it throughout the day so that the little snap brings your mind back again to the focus. And bit by bit, as the day goes on and as the days go on, it becomes more of a consistent practice because the concentration and the focus develop. So do you have any other suggestions?
What's
Uh-oh.
main core for the question?
She's describing trying to practice more consistent. So she finds she practices a little and then distractions here and there. So her example is to put rubber band here and don't say, oh, rubber band. Oh, practice. And 10 minutes later, and again, so her practice becomes more consistent. Do you have any thoughts on that, or other thoughts to help her?
No, this is difficult for everyone, not only you, and who are beginner. At the beginning, everyone have this problem, very difficult. But we should practice, constantly, again and again. Whenever you have time, morning and daytime, evening, you try to constantly, and sometimes you do like a retreat. So for example, retreat for a few minutes, so you can, 1 hour, and again. Then through that way, you can develop yourself, your concentration. And actually, there are so many different ways to develop concentration. Breath, meditation on mind, and meditation about, karma abandon. So there are many different ways. But the most important is, we should, practice constantly. Slowly, step by step. 1 minute practice, then, stop. Maybe today practice, tomorrow don't. For example, we can't develop ourselves. We should practice very constantly and continuous. Then slowly we can develop ourselves. But when you practice, when you recite some mantras and when you do Santi prayers, you need to understand about 3 things. The most important is motivation, and middle one is concentration, and third one is dedication. If you have these 3 things, then you can make, meaningful your prayers and meaningful puja. And whatever, if you have a good motivation, then if you can do practice for 1 minute, this is all can be meaningful. Very big what is meaningful? This is very benefit. Through that way, you can develop, small, something slightly. Sorry, any other question?
Well, I was going to make a comment on Karen's, I think that was Karen's question. Karen's comment was that, I don't know if you know Venerable Amy Miller, right, Geshe? I don't know if you met her in Kopan or not. But anyway, a lot of people here know Venerable Amy. I met her 25, 30 years ago, right before she had become a nun, to be a lobbyist. And she used to work for a lobbying group, Geshe, are people who help, I don't know help, but they advise politicians on, on what should happen. Let's put it that way. So Venerable Amy used to be a lobbyist, and she used to have a very stressful job where people would call her all the time. So what she would do to remind herself to practice throughout the day, which really worked for me, was every time she got a call in her office, she would let it ring 3 times. And during those rings, she would concentration practice, or ring 4 times or 5 to an answering machine. So anyway, she could make it ring 4 or 5 times, and then she would pick up the phone. But during those 5 rings, she would think about her practice. So that was one way to remind herself without a painful rubber band.
Yeah, actually, this is good. Actually, we have many obstacles and many distractions in our life. So I heard that about one Tibetan master. He's a very famous practitioner. He was the director of monastery and about a monastery. So he has many works, many it's very big responsibility on his shoulder. But when we come back to his room, he never think about his job, his works, and his responsibilities. Just he start meditating and think about practice. I think this is a good idea. We should actually, we are very busy and we have many different jobs, works, you know. But when we practice, we must stop them from our mind and try to forget them from our mind. Is it, you know, doesn't matter. You know, you stop for a few minutes during your practice. You don't think about that, you know, that problems during your practice. Then maybe you can, you know, practice well, and you can keep concentration longer, and this will be best maintaining. When you finish practice, then you think about these things. I think this is a good idea, good methods. So,
Mary says, Geshe, thank you for a very inspiring class.
thank you very much.
And Geshe, since I was going to say Lama Zopa Rinpoche wrote a book, I can't remember which book that was now, but where he talked about how to do practice with every action. So like, for example, if you're walking down the stairs, you think that you're walking down to the hell realms to bring everybody back up. Bodhicitta mindfulness, thank you. So or for example, when you're going to sleep, well, and anyway, like that, you know, so every action that you're doing, there's something to think about.
Yeah, this, you know, Bodhicitta motivation. If you have Bodhicitta motivation, compassion and Bodhicitta, then whatever you do, everything can be proud as Dhamma practice. So any other question?
I think that's it, Geshe. Oh, hang on.
And then I found easier ways. And then all of a sudden, it just did it on its own. There's what I'm saying is, once you climb so high, all of a sudden it starts to not be good. It's like a light at the end of the tunnel across the track, where the practice is easy. That's what I want to say. And fun, yeah.
So repeat again, please.
What?
Repeat again.
If you practice enough, it gets really easy. And fun.
What means? I didn't get. Sorry.
So like that, if you practice enough or practice regularly, then it becomes easy and fun.
Ah, good. That is your question?
This comment, he just had
this is your experience, you know. That's good. Yeah. Yes. Every hour practice, you know, master, you can, make, you know, our routine. Routine, yeah. This is very important. Then we can practice every day, all the times. Thank you. Finish, yeah? Finish time?
Okay. Prayers, please. Due to the merits of these actions, quickly attain the all living section into state. There you go. Okay. Okay. And then long life for I'm sorry. Prayer for Rinpoche's swift return. Go back one page, please. Thank you. Oh yes, long life prayer. Sorry. His Holiness's long life prayer. In the land encircled by snow mountains, you are the source of all happiness and good. all-powerful Chenrezig Tenzin Gyatso, please remain until samsara ends. Fearless teacher and assembly of the children of the victorious ones, Shravakas and Pratika Buddhas, victorious Lozang, father and sons, along with the lineage masters, all the objects of the refuge of infinite lands, please bestow the virtue and goodness of accomplishing this prayer here and now. Holding and spreading the Muni's precious and complete teachings through explanation and practice, you wore the armor of patience that is never discouraged. Incomparable venerable Guru, to you I make requests. While striving single-pointedly for the sake of the victorious one's teachings, the sole gateway through which all benefit and happiness emerge, and for mother living beings, you suddenly departed to peace. What a great loss. Nevertheless, through the undeceiving truth of the blessings of the ocean of the three jewels and the great waves of bodhicitta of the children of the victorious ones, may the smile of a reincarnation swiftly beam in glory for us, your fortunate disciples. And please keep Geshe Sherab and Geshe Tashi's long life in your hearts.
Janche Zenjo Rinpoche, Mache Banum Jeji, Jewa Nyamba Me. One Gonde Pewa Sho, Jisi Nankan Nepa, Dandroa Jisi Nejeba, Disi Dani Nejin, Rui Donga Sewa Sho. Kare Rawa Gui Shinkan Sun Pendan Dewa, Malin Joyene, Jiri Senwa Tenzi Jas, Shabe Senta Bandu Tenjun Ji. Gewandi ni du dan jiri senwan ru chujin ruwa jija malu dewe sa lango ba sho mani pema omani pema omani pema omani pema omani pema home. Thank you.